Hey, everybody, it's Chrissy Key Rollins here, and I am here to talk about the unspoken truth. Now, plenty of people are making videos right now, posts, comments that are all focused on what's physically happening in our world and in our country, and what has happened in our past to get us here, and what experiences and imbalances and injustices have occurred along the way. And this is not one of those videos. Now, it also will not overlook the real validity within each and every single one of those videos and posts and stories. What we have here on our hands, folks, is a yes and situation. There's simply more to the story. And this more, it doesn't take away from anyone else's story or experience. It doesn't negate it. It doesn't override it. This is simply an invitation for you to consider the more as you continue your own shift through our current societal landscape. And I'm here to talk about the energy of it all. What you cannot see when you look out your window or when you look at your screen to find out what's happening in the world. So, as a society, we have been basing and we have been valuing our experience on the physical, on what is physically happening, the material world, what we can see, what we go through, what we can look around and see and lay hands on. That's where we base our experience, and that's where we put in the value. And we do this without recognizing the non-physical energy that's behind it, not taking time to understand where it comes from, and we're not taking time to learn how to transmute it, which is exactly what got us into this mess. That is exactly what brought forth all the physical that you've been seeing, experiencing, witnessing, and holding as your truth. So get to where I believe, in order to get to where I believe we are destined to go as a people, we have to, we must, I must, you must start looking at, valuing, and balancing, and taking radical responsibility for the energy that you, we, and I bring to the world. And if you're ready to dive into this unseen realm with me, if this is something that's of interest to you, then I invite you to stay connected with me, because I am here to help to guide our way through this by offering perspective shifts that you can reflect over and that you can try on. You can test them out in your day-to-day life. You don't have to take my word for it. In fact, don't take my word for it. Anything that I offer, I bring to you as an invitation for further self-reflection and for you to try it out and to see what brings more peace, more fulfillment, more alignment, and more truth for you and for the world as a whole. And by doing this, you step into the power to heal yourself through balancing your energy, which is what contributes. By you balancing your energy, you are contributing to the balance of the world. This is how much you matter. And because we are all truly in this together, not one of us, not a single one of us can have an experience that isn't felt by all of us, which is precisely why, if you still needed a reason up to this point, this is why Black Lives Matter. This is one of the reasons why. So if you're still searching for why, this is precisely why. Cannot do harm to one person on this planet without it being affecting all of us. And it's not just Black lives that matter, it's all Black lives that matter, not just the ones that are highlighted in the headlines due to injustices, but also those that lose their lives and their livelihood through a battle that's in the name of peace and equality. And if it harms one of us humans, it harms all of us humans. And skin color, it's just a physical observation of the energy that is embodied and displayed in human form. We have to stop the battle, and we have to start using more effective communication. I'm getting chills all over just talking about this. I don't even think anybody's connected here live. So I hope that this is hitting you the same way that it hit my heart and brought me here to share with you. So if you want to take this conversation to the next level, I invite you to join me over on Patreon. And I'm supporting, you can engage with supporting me and helping to support others in getting this message of healing. And I've already started the conversation with my patrons. We've started talking about the 5 different energy themes that are present for 2020. And In my next video that I make for the community, I'm going to speak to how exactly what I'm talking about right now. How right now is asking us for asking for each of us to step into the next level of integrity. And what does that look like? And how can you do that with ease and with confidence? And for today, this is the thought that I want to leave you with. The next conversation that you engage in, the next one that goes awry, the next post that you see that appears to not align with what you believe, take a moment to stop and consider setting aside your story, your rightness, your truth, and open yourself up to fully receiving, listening to, and getting curious about understanding why and how that other person believes and feels what they believe and feel. And you can set aside your story with the knowing that by opening up your perspective to somebody else's experience, it will not disvalidate your own or mean that yours doesn't matter. This is why so many people push against the Black Lives Matter movement. It's not because individuals feel necessarily that Black lives don't matter. It's because in our society, we have not evolved our communication to understand that this is a yes and situation. And when someone reads that a group matters and they are excluded from that group, they feel, we assume that they are excluding that person from mattering as well. So if you don't fit into the group that matters, it's an assumption that our human brain does in order to keep us alive. Again, let's dive deeper in these conversations over on Patreon. But if you read that statement that something matters and you're not part of that something, you automatically assume that you are being excluded from mattering. And that simply is not the full story. So as you listen to other people's stories, instead of fighting against it or saying that's not right, take a moment to set your story to the side, get curious about where someone else is coming from, and see if your reaction isn't so much what they're saying. Maybe it's what they are not saying. And maybe it's the fuller story that you are being invited to move into for your own perspective in healing and awareness. And from that place, you can step into the fullness of the story and you can allow their story, your story. You both have value, you both have validity, and you will find oftentimes that there is more in common than what is different physically represented on the outside. So move beyond the physical and find the non-physical experience that you are truly craving. It lies on the other side of the physical. We think we want things physically just so we can experience things internally on the non-physical level just so. The experience that you crave is on the other side of that understanding. So stop fighting, start listening, and start expanding your story. And join me over on Patreon. I'll drop a link. You go to patreon.com/CKRollins, and I'll help to guide you even further, more specifically. And either way, consider this and reflect over this and share this video. Share in the comments below if you found value in this message. Share it with other people if you feel that they could benefit. And let's all together engage in a bigger story, a fuller truth, so that we can all find peace and equality and balance that we deserve and that we desire. I thank you for watching. I would love to see you over on Patreon. Share this video and be sure to share your comments below. I would love to hear from you. All right, love you. You're doing an amazing job. Keep breathing. Every breath you take, you breathe for all of us. Anytime that we get anxious, we shut down our breathing, which stops the flow of energy. We have to transmute this. We have to keep it going. Can't do anything else. Just keep on breathing. I love you so much.